this is a companion video that I thought I will record for you to explain the assignment number 5. As I also mentioned in the lab, assignment number 5 is a continuation of assignment number 4. As you can see, it has exactly the same functionalities and we are using the same application, same data. Okay, the only difference is that in the previous assignment you were using vanilla JavaScript and HTML for the user interface, and you are also using file-based repository for reading and writing the data. Okay, so in this assignment what we're going to do is that we'll replace the file-based with Prisma and SQLite, and also we will replace the public folder which uses the vanilla JavaScript with Next.js and React. Okay, so first what we need to do is that sync the lab and then install all the necessary packages, then run the application. As soon as you run the app, okay, you should see to /index, which is what you have implemented last week. Okay, all I did is that I am giving you now the best solution for assignment number 4 with very minor changes. So what you need to do in step 1, in the assignment part A, by the way, you can start either with part A or with part B, it does not matter the sequence. Okay, you can start in either, but my advice would be, if you go with this one, it's very easy to implement quickly, so you can start with part A, okay, which is worth around 40% of the grade. And this time even the database is very easy because you will be only having a single table, okay, to query and to do all of the operations. Because you are doing multiple parts, I thought maybe I should just reduce it for you, but initially the plan was for you to have 2 tables, okay, ingredients and this, but I have decided actually not to give you that, and we're gonna keep the data as it was. Okay, the exact same data that you used in assignment number 4, we will just reuse it. Okay, so in step 1 what you need to do is that create the database. Okay, create the model that can hold this data. Is very straightforward what type of data types they are, and so you need to go ahead and create this. Okay, next you need to seed. Okay, you need to create the seed.js that populates the data into the database. So this database need to be initialized. Once you create the database, you need to initialize your database from the recipes.json file. Okay, once that is initialized, now you have your database and you will have your models as we did in the previous lab. Okay, then you need to open the app and then the recipe and then implement this. Okay, so you need to replace this now, or this need to be replaced with Prisma. Okay, this has to be replaced with Prisma code, this has to be replaced with Prisma code. Okay, and then you can start testing one by one. For example, the get recipes, you replace it with Prisma and then you test. So if you can display all the data, then that's perfect, because it's just a single line what you write to get all the recipes depending on a region. So if a region is given, if a region is not given, okay, or the person passed for us all, then you return all of them. You can even keep these conditional statements because you're going to need them. Okay, and then continue implementing each and every one of them. Okay, now they are implemented using JSON file, but you have to replace them with Prisma and SQLite. Okay, so that's part 1, and there is one extra method here called get region recipes. This one is a little bit different because what you need to do is that you need to return each region and the recipes it has and how many of them they are. Okay, so for example, for this one, let me show you. The region is called India. The number of recipes in my database are this, guys. So I have only one recipe for India called this Bharata, and I have the count as 1. So the implementation, I have already written it here for the JSON, so you can look at it, what I am displaying here, and then you need to replace it, of course, with aggregation. Okay, so we have seen that the group by, so just go ahead and create that. Okay, create that aggregation where you have the region and all the recipes that belong to that region and a single count of how many they are. Okay, so that's it. So once you do that, you have you are done with the first part, and you can test your application with the old user interface. Now what is part B, which is 60%? Part B is going to be creating the same user interface using Next.js and React. Okay, so this is what we have done in this two labs. If you remember, after we created the web APIs, what we did was we created the pages, right? So the user interface, we have created them here in lab 9. So this is exactly what you are doing now. In the previous assignment, you did web API, and now you need to create the user interface using Next.js. And the interface is exactly the same as the one provided. Okay, you can actually take most of the Java or most of the HTML from this public folder, okay, and apply them in the next pages. So that's it. So that's the assignment. I can actually demonstrate for you how the application will work. Again, it's exactly what you have submitted, but look here, you can filter stuff. Okay, if the user clicks on this show, it shows, for example, let me show, it shows the instructions here, and if I press on hide, it hides. Okay, just this show and hide thing. Update is updating, so there you go. If I put 88 here, it updates, and delete will allow you to delete. Okay, and let's delete it. There you go, it deletes stuff. And the final one is to add, and also add works. Okay, there you go, and it has added one new one. And delete, there you go, it deletes. So the application is 100% working. It's the solution for assignment number 4 with a very minor tweak, because assignment number 4 was just like that, but this is a very minor tweak. Other than that, it's exactly like assignment number 4, and it should be straightforward for you to implement. Okay, so my advice for you is that this part will take you around an hour to implement maximum, or less, maybe 20 to 25 minutes if you understand, because for each one of these methods you're gonna write a single line of code. Okay, if you remember, it's just prisma dot update dot something. Okay, so just one line of code for each and every part, and this one of course will take a little bit of time from you, so that's why you have an entire week to submit the assignment. I'll be releasing it today, Tuesday, but the submission will be inshallah Wednesday, May 17. Okay, if you have any questions, as always, please post them in the Q&A and use the student tag. Okay, and help each other in terms of answering the questions, okay, or like without giving code. Thank you very much, and see you. Assalamu alaikum.